My beloved brothers and sisters, Ramadan is approaching. Some of us are counting the days. Some of us are making plans. Some of us are saying this Ramadan will be different. But let me remind you of something very powerful. Not everyone who planned for last Ramadan reached it. There were people stronger than you and I, healthier than you and I, younger than you and I. They said, next Ramadan, I will change. But they never saw it. Ramadan is an opportunity. It is not a guarantee. So if you are serious about transforming your Ramadan, the preparation does not begin on the first night of Taraweeh. It begins now. And today I want to share with you 2 charity secrets that many people overlook before Ramadan arrives. The first secret is this: give quietly even if it is small. Before Ramadan, start giving something in secret. Not a large amount, not something that makes headlines, something only you and Allah know about. Slip a small amount into the hand of someone in need. Transfer a small donation without announcing it. Help a struggling family without telling the world. Why? Because hidden charity purifies your intention. When no one knows, your nafs has nothing to feed on. There are no likes, no praise, no applause. Only sincerity. And when sincerity grows, your Ramadan becomes powerful. Your du'as become deeper. Your tears become real. Sometimes we delay charity because we think it's too small. What difference will it make? Let me tell you something. It is not about the size of the charity. It is about the size of the sincerity. A small coin given with a pure heart can outweigh a large donation given for recognition. The second secret is this: start a consistent charity habit before Ramadan. Do not wait for Ramadan to begin giving daily. Begin now. Even if it is a tiny amount every single day. Even if it is feeding one person a week. Even if it is setting aside a little money regularly for those in need. Consistency transforms the heart. When you give regularly, something changes inside you. You become less attached to wealth. You begin to trust Allah more. You realize that what you give never decreases you. In fact, it increases you in peace, in barakah, in contentment. When Ramadan finally arrives, you will not struggle to give. It will already be part of who you are. Your generosity will flow naturally. My brothers and sisters, charity is not a loss. It is an investment. The world teaches you to hold tight to your money. Faith teaches you to release it for something greater. When you give before Ramadan, you are planting seeds. And in Ramadan, those seeds blossom. Do not say, I will give when I earn more. Give from what you have. If you have little, give little. If you have time, give time. If you have knowledge, share it. If you have strength, help someone. Even a smile is charity. Even removing harm from the path is charity. And remember this, charity does not only benefit the poor, it protects you. It shields you from calamity. It softens your heart. It wipes away sins. So before Ramadan arrives, make a quiet commitment between you and Allah. One secret charity no one knows about. One consistent habit you refuse to break. And when Ramadan comes, you will feel different. You will enter it already elevated, already softened, already connected. Do not miss out. Prepare now, because the greatest regret is not missing an opportunity. It is realizing you had the chance, but you delayed. May Allah allow us to reach Ramadan. And may He make us from those who give before they are asked, who give before they are praised, and who give seeking nothing but His pleasure. Ameen. Ramadan is approaching, and every single year we hear the same words. I can't wait for Ramadan. We make promises to ourselves. We say, this Ramadan will be my turning point. This Ramadan I will pray more. I will read more Quran. I will give more charity. I will change. But let me lovingly remind you of something that is both powerful and sobering at the same time. Ramadan is an opportunity, not a guarantee. There were people who sat with us last year. They fasted with us. They stood beside us in prayer. They made dua with us. Today, they are no longer here. They had plans too. They had dreams too. They thought they would see another Ramadan, but Allah had written something else. You and I are not promised tomorrow, let alone the next Ramadan. Sometimes we treat Ramadan as though it is a fixed appointment in our calendar, as though it is automatic, as though because we saw it last year, we will definitely see it again. But life does not work that way. Our breaths are numbered, our days are counted, and none of us knows when our final page will be turned. This realization is not meant to scare you, it is meant to wake you up. If Ramadan is not guaranteed, then preparation cannot be delayed. The mistake many of us make is that we wait. We say when Ramadan starts, I will become serious. But how can you expect to transform overnight? How can you expect your heart to suddenly soften when it has been neglected for months? Ramadan does not magically change people. It amplifies what is already inside them. If you enter Ramadan distracted, you may leave distracted. If you enter it sincere and prepared, you may leave transformed. That's why the wise prepare before it arrives. Imagine a special guest visiting your home. Would you wait until they knock on the door before cleaning, cooking, and organizing? Or would you prepare days in advance out of honor and respect? Ramadan is more beloved and more valuable than any guest. It is a season of mercy, forgiveness, and liberation from the fire. But here is the deeper point. The fact that you are alive today is itself a gift. The fact that you are hearing this reminder is itself a sign of Allah's mercy toward you. It means you still have time. It means the door is still open. It means your record is still being written. Do not wait for the announcement of the moon to begin changing. Begin now. If you struggle with prayer, improve it now. If you struggle with charity, start giving now. If you struggle with your tongue, begin controlling it now. Let Ramadan find you already walking toward Allah, not running at the last minute. And if by Allah's will you reach Ramadan, you will enter it with gratitude like never before. You will fast knowing it is a privilege. You will pray knowing it is a blessing. You will make dua knowing that you were given another chance that many did not receive. And if for some reason this is your last opportunity before Ramadan, then let these days be filled with sincerity. Let them be filled with repentance. Let them be filled with good deeds that speak for you when you can no longer speak for yourself. My brothers and sisters, Ramadan is an opportunity, a magnificent one. But it is not promised to any of us. So prepare as though it may be your last and hope as though you will see many more. May Allah grant us life to witness Ramadan, and may He grant us hearts that are ready before it even arrives. Ameen. Many of us think that charity belongs inside Ramadan. We wait for the first night. We wait for the atmosphere. We wait for the motivation. But what if I told you that giving before Ramadan can completely transform your Ramadan? Charity before Ramadan multiplies your Ramadan. You see, Ramadan is not just about hunger and thirst. It is about the heart. It is about softening the heart, cleansing the soul, and reconnecting with your Creator. And one of the fastest ways to soften the heart is to give. When you give before Ramadan, you are preparing your heart to receive Ramadan properly. Think about it. When you help someone in need, when you ease someone's burden, when you wipe a tear from someone's face, something shifts inside you. You begin to feel gratitude. You begin to realize how blessed you are. Suddenly, your problems seem smaller. Your complaints become fewer. Your appreciation increases. And that gratitude changes your fasting. When you fast after giving charity, you don't just feel hunger, you understand hunger. You remember the faces of those who live it daily. Your dua becomes more sincere. Your sujood becomes longer. Your tears become real. Charity plants seeds of mercy in your heart. And Ramadan is the rain that makes those seeds grow. When you wait until Ramadan to give, you are starting from zero. But when you begin before Ramadan, you enter the month already elevated, already softened, already connected. It is like warming up before a race. If you stretch, prepare, and condition yourself beforehand, you perform better when the moment comes. There is also something else powerful about giving before Ramadan. It shows Allah that you are serious. Anyone can give when everyone is giving. Anyone can donate when the reminders are constant and the reward feels magnified. But when you give before the season of hype and excitement, it is a sign of sincerity. It is a quiet statement between you and Allah. I am not waiting for a special month to obey you. I want to please you now. And when Allah sees that eagerness, that initiative, that sincerity, do you think He will not open doors for you in Ramadan? Perhaps He will make your fasting easier. Perhaps He will give you khushu in your prayer. Perhaps He will accept a dua you have been making for years. You never know which good deed will unlock which blessing. Charity also removes barriers. Sometimes we enter Ramadan carrying heaviness, sins, distractions, attachment to dunya. Charity has a way of cleansing. It purifies wealth, yes, but more importantly, it purifies the soul. When you give, you detach from what you love. And when you detach from what you love for the sake of Allah, Allah replaces it with something far greater, peace. My brothers and sisters, do not underestimate the power of giving before Ramadan. Even a small amount given now can change the entire quality of your month later. Even helping one family prepare for Ramadan can be the reason Allah prepares your heart for Jannah. Do not think of charity as a one-time Ramadan action. Think of it as the key that unlocks a powerful Ramadan. Start now, give now, help now. And watch how different your Ramadan feels when it finally arrives. May Allah make us from those who prepare for Ramadan with generosity, sincerity, and open hearts. Ameen. Let me share with you a secret that is small in action but enormous in impact. A secret that can change the quality of your deeds before Ramadan even begins. It is this: give quietly, even if it is small. In a world where everything is announced, posted, shared, and displayed, there is something incredibly powerful about a deed that no one knows about except you and Allah. Hidden charity builds sincerity. When you give publicly, there can be benefit. It can encourage others. It can inspire a community. But when you give privately, you are fighting your ego. You are silencing that inner voice that wants recognition. You are training your heart to seek only one audience, Allah. And that is where the real transformation begins. Sometimes we delay charity because we think it must be large to count. We think it must be impressive, but Allah does not measure your charity the way people measure it. People look at the amount. Allah looks at the intention. A small coin given secretly with tears in your eyes can be heavier on the scale than a large donation given with pride in your heart. When you give quietly, something beautiful happens inside you. You begin to feel a closeness with Allah that is difficult to describe. It becomes a private conversation between you and Him. A quiet act of love, a hidden sacrifice. No one applauds you, no one thanks you, but your Lord knows. And that knowledge is enough. Before Ramadan arrives, challenge yourself to establish one hidden act of charity. It may be supporting a struggling family without them knowing who helped. It may be placing money somewhere for someone to find. It may be sending assistance anonymously. It may even be helping someone in a way that they never realized you were behind it. Do not tell your friends. Do not tell your family. Do not hint about it in conversation. Let it remain between you and Allah. Why is this so powerful before Ramadan? Because sincerity is the foundation of every deed. If your sincerity is strong, your fasting will be strong. If your sincerity is weak, your actions may feel empty. Hidden charity, strength, gathers that foundation. It protects you from raya, showing off. And raya is subtle. It creeps into the heart quietly. Sometimes we do good, and before we know it, we are checking who noticed. We are waiting for appreciation. We are replaying compliments in our minds. But when no one knows, your nafs has nothing to feed on. You are doing it purely for the pleasure of Allah. And here is something to reflect on. On the day of judgment, when the sun is close and the fear is intense, it will not matter who praised you in this world. What will matter is what Allah accepted. Perhaps that one secret charity, small, unnoticed, forgotten by people, will be the deed that shades you, the deed that tips your scale, the deed that saves you. Never underestimate what is done sincerely. My brothers and sisters, begin now, even if it is tiny, even if it feels insignificant. Give quietly, give humbly, give without expecting anything in return. Because the most powerful deeds are often the ones no one sees. And when Ramadan arrives, you will enter it with a heart trained in sincerity, a heart that seeks Allah alone. May Allah purify our intentions, accept our hidden deeds, and make them heavy on our scales. Ameen. There is something incredibly powerful about consistency. We often get inspired by big moments. We wait for Ramadan because it feels special. The atmosphere changes, the messages are full, the reminders increase, the motivation is high. But true transformation does not come from occasional bursts of energy. It comes from steady, consistent effort. That is why the second secret is to start a consistent charity habit now. Do not wait for Ramadan to give daily. Do not wait for the first night to open your heart. Begin before the month arrives. Even if it is small, even if it feels insignificant, what matters is that it is regular. Many people think that big deeds, bring them closer to Allah. They imagine that one large donation will change everything. But often it is the small, consistent acts that shape the soul. When you give regularly, something shifts in your mindset. Charity stops being an event and becomes part of your identity. It becomes something you do naturally, not something you struggle to convince yourself to do. Imagine setting aside a small amount every single day. It may not seem like much, but over time it grows. More importantly, your heart grows with it. Each time you give, you are reminding yourself that your provision comes from Allah. You are training your heart to trust Him. And trust is powerful. When Ramadan comes, many people feel overwhelmed. They want to give, but they are not used to giving. They want to donate daily in the last 10 nights, but their hearts are attached to their wealth. It feels heavy. It feels difficult. But if you have already built the habit before Ramadan, it will not feel heavy. It will feel natural. You will not be forcing generosity. You will be living it. Consistency also protects you from extremes. Sometimes we become emotional and give a lot at once, then disappear for months. We exhaust ourselves spiritually. But when you give in small, steady amounts, you create balance. You create sustainability. And sustainability is what lasts. Before Ramadan arrives, make a simple plan. It does not need to be complicated. Decide on an amount you can manage comfortably. Decide on a frequency you can maintain. It might be daily. It might be weekly. The key is that you do not break it. Even if one day you feel tired, give. Even if you feel distracted, give. Even if it is just a small amount, give. Because every time you push yourself to remain consistent, you are disciplining your soul. And discipline brings strength. When you train your heart to give regularly, you weaken greed. You weaken fear of loss. You weaken attachment to dunya. You begin to realize that what you hold in your hand is temporary, but what you send forward is permanent. By the time Ramadan arrives, you will not be starting from zero. You will already be in motion. Your heart will already be warm. Your generosity will already be flowing. Ramadan will then elevate you instead of trying to awaken you. My brothers and sisters, do not underestimate the power of small, consistent charity. It may look small in the eyes of people, but in the sight of Allah, consistency carries immense weight. Start now. Keep it simple. Keep it steady. And when Ramadan comes, you will feel the difference. May Allah make us from those who are consistent in good, steady in generosity, and sincere in every deed we perform. Ameen. One of the greatest misunderstandings we have about charity is that when we give, we lose. Shaitan whispers to us, if you give, your savings will decrease. If you donate, your balance will drop. If you help others, you will have less for yourself. And slowly, without realizing it, we begin to see charity as a subtraction. But in reality, charity is not a loss, it is an investment. When you invest in this world, you are hoping for returns. You put your money somewhere because you believe it will grow. You are willing to let go of it temporarily because you trust the outcome will be greater. Now imagine investing with the one who owns the heavens and the earth. Imagine giving to the one whose treasures never run out. When you give for the sake of Allah, you are not losing. You are transferring your wealth to an account that never crashes, never declines, and never disappears. The world measures wealth by what you keep. Faith measures wealth by what you give. Think about it. The money you hold today can vanish tomorrow. A sudden expense, a crisis, an unexpected situation, and it is gone. But what you give sincerely for Allah remains. It is preserved. It is recorded. It is multiplied. Sometimes the return is immediate. You give and Allah opens a door you never expected. You help someone and suddenly ease comes into your life. You support a family and Allah supports you in ways you cannot even trace back to that act. Other times the return is not visible right away. It comes in the form of protection from harm. It comes in the form of barakah in your time. It comes in the form of peace in your heart. It comes in the form of a difficulty that was written for you but lifted because of your charity. And then there is the greatest return of all, the hereafter. On that day when every person will wish they had sent forward more, you will not regret a single coin you gave sincerely. You will regret the opportunities you ignored. You will regret the chances you postponed, but you will never regret what you invested for Allah. Before Ramadan, change your mindset. Do not see charity as money leaving your hand. See it as seeds being planted. Every seed you plant today can grow into a tree of reward tomorrow. Some trees you will see in this life. Others you will see when you stand before your Lord. And here is something beautiful to reflect upon. When you give, you are actually the one in need. The poor person benefits in this world, but you benefit in both worlds. Allah does not need our charity. We need the reward of charity. When you understand this, giving becomes easier. You no longer hesitate. You no longer fear shortage. You realize that the one who provided for you before you gave is fully capable of providing for you after you give. My brothers and sisters, do not let fear hold you back. Do not let the illusion of loss stop you from real gain. Invest now. Invest before Ramadan. Invest while you are healthy and able, because the smartest investor is the one who prepares early and thinks long term. And the longest term of all is the hereafter. May Allah make us wise investors, generous with what He has given us, and confident in His promise of return. Ameen. One of the biggest traps that prevents us from giving is this simple thought: I don't have enough. We look at our income, we look at our responsibilities, we compare ourselves to those who have more, and we convince ourselves that charity is for the wealthy, that generosity belongs to those with large bank accounts. But that is not how Allah measures giving. Do not wait for wealth. Start with what you have. If you wait until you feel financially secure, you may wait forever. Because no matter how much a person earns, there is always another expense, another goal, another fear. Shaitan will always whisper, not yet. When you earn more, when things settle, when you feel comfortable, but if you act based on that voice, you may never act at all. Charity is not about the size of your wallet. It is about tea. He state of your heart, if all you can give is a small amount, give that small amount. If all you can offer is a meal, offer that meal. If you cannot give money at all, give your time. If you cannot give your time, give your effort. If you cannot give effort, give a kind word. Even a smile is charity. Even removing something harmful from someone's path is charity. Never underestimate the small things. Sometimes we think that unless it is grand, it does not count. But Allah sees what people overlook. That small act done sincerely may weigh heavily on your scale. That quiet moment of helping someone may be the reason Allah helps you in your moment of desperation. There are people who have very little, yet they give consistently. And there are people who have a lot, yet they hesitate. Generosity is not connected to wealth. It is connected to trust. When you give from what little you have, you are demonstrating powerful trust in Allah. You are saying, Ya Allah, even though my resources are limited, I believe you are unlimited. That belief is beloved to Allah. And here is something beautiful. When you give despite having little, the reward is immense because the sacrifice is greater, the effort is greater. Do not belittle what you can offer. Perhaps you cannot fund an entire project, but you can contribute a small part. Perhaps you cannot sponsor many families, but you can support one. Perhaps you cannot donate thousands, but you can give a few coins regularly. Perhaps you cannot give money, but you can check on someone who is lonely. You can call someone who is struggling. You can pray for someone sincerely in the depths of the night. All of it counts. Before Ramadan, break the mindset that generosity belongs to the rich. Generosity belongs to the believers. And believers give from what they have, not from what they wish they had. If you start now, even with something small, you are training your heart to detach from excuses. You are proving to yourself that you are capable of good. And once that door opens, it becomes easier and easier to give more when Allah blesses you with more. My brothers and sisters, do not wait for abundance to become generous. Become generous and trust that abundance will follow in ways you may not even expect. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. And leave the rest to Allah. May Allah make us from those who give in ease and in difficulty, in little and in plenty, seeking only His pleasure. Ameen. As we come to the end of this reminder, let us pause and reflect on what truly matters. Ramadan is coming, but it is not promised. Charity is powerful, but it must be protected. Consistency is small, but it builds mountains. Giving is not a loss, it is an investment. And wealth is not a condition, willingness is. These are not just ideas. They are opportunities. Before Ramadan arrives, you have a choice. You can wait for the excitement of the moon sighting, or you can prepare your heart today. You can delay generosity, or you can start building your Akira account right now. You can give when everyone is watching, or you can give quietly and let Allah alone be your witness. The real success of Ramadan is not determined by how emotional you feel on the first night. It is determined by how prepared your heart is when it arrives. If you begin giving now, even a little, you are planting seeds. If you give secretly, you are strengthening sincerity. If you give consistently, you are disciplining your soul. If you give despite having little, you are proving your trust in Allah. And when Ramadan comes, it will not find you asleep. It will find you ready. Imagine standing before Allah one day and seeing that a small hidden act of charity was the reason your scale tipped in your favor. Imagine discovering that what you thought was insignificant was actually immense in His sight. Do not underestimate small beginnings. Do not wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is now. May Allah allow us to reach Ramadan. May He accept our hidden and open deeds. May He purify our intentions, increase us in generosity, and make our charity a light for us in this world and the next. And may He make this coming Ramadan the one that changes our lives forever. Ameen.